Welcome back. I'm here with organizational expert Jill Pollack. Welcome to the show, Jill.
Thanks for having
being
me.
here.
Oh
I appreciate it.
Good to meet you. And you.
Good to meet you. So Jill is here to help Catherine. Here's why.
Hey Nate, my name is Catherine, and I need your help. I have a huge clutter problem. I moved from a big apartment in Massachusetts to a tiny little apartment here in Manhattan about 5 years ago. And I still haven't managed to get from big apartment living to tiny apartment living. So there's stuff everywhere. Welcome to my bedroom. You're probably the first guy who's been here in a long time. I'm so embarrassed about paperwork and my closet. I don't think I could ever bring a guy back here. One of my attempts at organization was under bed storage. It just became another repository for stuff. I took my bed, I got some risers, and then I gained all of this space, right? No. My paperwork situation overflows from my bedroom into the living room and has currently taken over my only eating space in my apartment. And the worst part is, I often miss things like, checks or due dates for things because the paperwork is just so overwhelming and so poorly organized. This coupon expired 2 months ago. Tax papers. This is important, Catherine. Fill this out and turn it into someone. I still am living out of boxes and bins, and I don't have a place for everything. I'm so desperate for help. Please help me, Nate.
Please welcome Catherine to the show. Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Nate.
How you doing?
Good.
So moving from Boston to New York and downsizing into a smaller New York space is overwhelming, let alone without 2-month-old expired coupons and all that floating around.
Yes.
What did you think when you saw the video, Joe?
Well, honestly, I mean, I saw that paper and it was stressing me out, so I can't imagine what it's doing to you. You know, paper is a really stressful, particular kind of clutter. It's not just shoes or socks or, pants that don't fit.
Right.
It's got things with numbers on them, important information, things that you have to do, bills you have to pay. It's your life. It's, your corporation that you're running. And I think, when you don't have it together, it's very upsetting emotionally and obviously physically. And I think it was kind of creating a wall for you in between that and sort of doing other things that, anytime you have too much clutter like that, it stops us from doing
It's the first step to good design. It's the first step. Absolutely the first step. So
yeah.
I wanted to help you out. You took Catherine all of that paperwork and gave Catherine and everyone watching a system that they can use. And my favorite thing is that now, please pay attention because this is what you should buy if you want to get a grip on this. Not all these other strange things. Take us through it step by step.
Well, you know what's important? You have many colors in your palette when you decorate, and organizing isn't just, a file cabinet. When you're organizing papers, Catherine, it's not just put it in a file. We have different types of paper letters. So, for example, first, you have a wedding invitation here, okay? I actually have a friend who didn't make it to her best friend's wedding because she didn't have the wedding invitation. This was in and amongst a bunch of things. The bulletin board, there are 5 really good tips. The bulletin board is my favorite one, and I think one of the most underutilized things because, look, it's right there. I like to think of it as a revolving inbox. It's like, where are the concert tickets? Where's the directions? You have a library book that's out of, that's due at the library.
So it's like immediate actionables or something coming up should be what's up.
And you're constantly looking at it and figuring out, there's the receipt from the thing I bought online. Did I get it yet? Okay, it's here. Throw it away. So you're constantly working it. You went to the show. The tickets are down. You don't have to rifle through your sock drawer to find the ticket. So the bulletin board, don't put pictures on it because then it becomes a picture board, right? This is actually to do. It's a useful, tool for you. So,
and if you don't want this out, I mean, this one's gorgeous because we covered it with linen and added trim that anyone can find at the dollar store. But if you don't want it out, the back of a door could be fantastic.
Exactly.
Just as long as you have one destination for everything that's kind of, what did you say, on your immediate to-do list?
Yes, it's immediate to-do list.
Okay.
It's actionable, as you say, or the inside of a cabinet, in a kitchen cabinet. Something
Absolutely.
like that. Perfect.
Okay.
Another thing, so you had doctor's appointments cards. People have these floating everywhere. So the first thing you want to do, of course, is write down the appointment, okay? So, Dr. Ahern,
So tip 2 is you have to have a wall calendar.
I love a wall calendar because you know what? I think technology is great. I really do. But I think it's hard to see your month at a glance. Someone's like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm going to be in Vermont that weekend. I can't.
Right.
It's a really good way to view your life and your family's life. Whatever you, it's kind of command central.
Absolutely.
I even highlight my calendar, but that's crazy time, you know.
Whoa.
It helps me.
No, don't start in with me about crazy time, Jill. Friends come over and open my underwear drawers. They're like, look, isn't this crazy? Look it. They're by color. So I get that.
Yeah, I call it calendaring. It's like a new verb. I literally highlight different color codes.
This is great for everyone, too. I think that this is really important. And again, if you have a pretty calendar, you can put it out. If you don't, designate the back of a kitchen cabinet door. You can have the stuff out of sight if you don't want it to interfere with the design of your space or if you need a break visually. Let's talk about these.
Yeah, and so once this is done with the doctor's appointment, it's written on the calendar. It could be in your, PDF or something. You probably have the doctor's information in there. Throw it away. It doesn't need to be in and amongst your things. So that's the second thing. So you have the bulletin board, the wall calendar, and then bills. You were talking about bills that are not paid. That is like not only stressful, it's expensive. And it's irresponsible, right? It's, it's not cute anymore, right?
No.
To be so. Anyway, I like to put a bill basket, right? Put your checkbook, your stamps, and your bills to pay. Okay, and you pay them all in here. And then even if you have one that's about to, run out, right up there. Pay credit card bill, okay? So you can see and go, right, I got to pay that instead of, uh-oh, it's overdue.
And I love that you have stamps and the checkbook and everything you need. It is one center for bill paying.
No excuse, right?
No excuse. And this is a 3-compartment thing that you have seen in a million organizational stores.
Don't put a bunch of other stuff in there, okay? It's for bills. That's it. Okay, so then the other thing that's great is, to do. I printed out, I got to buy these boots, love the boots, didn't get to it, haven't gotten to it. The inbox.
Well, first you have to pay your Visa bill on time. Otherwise, you're not allowed to buy the boots.
Right, I mean, really. But the inbox, people think an inbox is like, oh, I've got to do it, I've got to do it. The inbox is sort of like, go through once a month. Mean to do. It's a soft to-do list, right? You kind of paw through and go, yeah, I mean to buy these boots. If you don't buy these boots after a month or two, get rid of it. You're not buying them.
You don't need them. You don't want them. You don't like them.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
So phase 1 is the bulletin board. That's immediate actionables.
Calendar.
This is something that you can do every 30 days.
That's every 30 days? Okay, and filing. Really important. You have a ton of medical bills in there. People think, oh, well, I went to the doctor. Your health is one of the most important categories. This is to file. This is to put away for, good. Hope you don't have to use it, but you want to save it. Put your health bills in there because, God forbid, you actually have to go back to it and refer to something. So, you want to have general categories for filing. It's not that complicated. Health, taxes, home, monthly bills, credit cards. You don't need 50 other files, You can break them down, but honestly, people overfile, and I think that's why they don't file at all. Because they're like, I've got to file perfectly.
Well, I think that's why people, isn't that why you don't organize? Because unless you know how to do it in 5 quick steps, then who's doing it?
Yeah, you make a file for something and then you don't remember what you called it or where you put it. It made sense at the time, but it doesn't have an overarching theme, so you didn't
I wish my home file would be this skinny, I have to say, Jill. I'd have to have subcategories. Paint chips, wallpaper samples, but this is perfect. You also have something else for Catherine.
Yes, well, I also want to tell you there were a lot of really important papers and personal items that I couldn't make decisions about without you, so I'd like to give you a personal one-on-one organization session. What do you think?
Thank you. I would really like that.
Thank you. Have fun. We're gonna have fun.
Thank you.
I believe you. You seem like fun.
Organizing is so fun. I mean, what is more fun than, getting control of your stuff?
Nothing.
Painting it pretty.
Or eating and sex.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm just saying.
Can I come back to that?
So, Catherine, thank you for being here.
Thank you very
Jill,
much.
thank you so much. Jill is actually going to stick around and help solve some decluttering dilemmas because we've got lots of them in our audience. We'll be right back.
Up next, get your home in tip-top shape for good.
My closet is ridiculous.
So many people relate to that.
Your declutter dilemmas decoded. Don't go away.
Welcome back. I'm back with organizational expert Jill Pollack to solve some decluttering dilemmas that our audience has. And first up is Colleen. Hi there.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Where are you from?
Milford, Connecticut.
Okay. What's your question?
My bedroom is my biggest clutter area, and the top of the bureau, I come home and everything lands on the bureau. Brushes, pocketbook, mail, books.
And is that one of those things, Colleen, that you stare at from bed and you think, I've got to get up and clean that off?
Any day now, I'm going to get
Any day now.
Attack that.
Any day now. All right, Jill, help her.
Well, you know, clutter in the bedroom is particularly upsetting because you don't really have a good night's sleep. It's always talking to you.
Right.
Your dresser is filled with a bunch of stuff. It's sort of like
it's always talking to you.
Well,
I've never heard anyone say it that way before.
Well, it's, you know, vibing, right? But you have a bunch of stuff there that you put there because it's safe, because you'll know where it is, except it becomes a dumping ground, right? So use your dresser for what it's for, a dresser. You have a bunch of jewelry boxes there. Yes. Why don't you put a nice tray to contain your jewelry boxes and say, this, you don't cook eggs on your dresser, right? Why are you having books there and mail there? It's a dresser. It's a place to get dressed in the morning and feel pretty. So put a tray there. You know about negative, positive space. Just because there's a shelf or there's, you know, a surface, you don't fill it, okay? Right. So make a nice tray, put your jewelry box that way. When you get dressed in the morning, you'll feel pretty, not stressed, and you use the dresser for what it's for.
And I think, too, you know, I don't mind in a bedroom a basket on the floor with old magazines or books that you go through and recycle or donate once a month. And I also think that you have too many jewelry boxes because you should just condense them, or you know, donate those or sell them on Craigslist and buy one that you really love, that you love to look at every day as a present for yourself. But if you condense those into one, I think Jill's right. Wipe that off, even a scented candle, something that really makes you feel like once you've gone through the effort of organizing it, that this really will be the last time, and I think that that'll work out for you.
But you know what's important about organizing is people think, oh, I'll just do it once and I'll be organized, but you don't work out once and then you're fit.
Right.
You kind of constantly have to be at it. I'm sorry to tell you.
Can you imagine if we worked out once and we were fit?
Let's work on that plan.
Can you figure that out, Jill?
Listen,
done.
I'm working on it.
Thank you, Colleen. Thank you, darling.
Tamara,
come on up. What is the problem that you have?
My closet is ridiculous. It is cluttered. I bought organizational shelves, and I bought the shoe racks to kind of help me out, and it's made my life worse. I stick everything in there that shouldn't be in there, and I just don't know where to start.
So this is really common because this is my theory about organization, where we go out and I can't handle the Container Store. Like, I go there and it's like porn to me. I mean, it really is. It's like, so like I go and I have to have this and the boxes and the racks and all that stuff. But a huge thing is when you don't measure first, because those pieces are a certain size, and not every shoe rack fits in every closet.
So this is your clothes closet.
This is my clothes closet.
So you already have space issues. But you know, one thing that you can do, you have a lot of shirts there that look like you could have some repeats. I mean, I think purging is always a good thing to do. I'm constantly purging my closet. That's like one of my favorite things to do. Even though you think you've purged, you can probably go through again and maybe, you know, lessen the amount of T-shirts to a couple shelves. You have a lot of things in bags. When things are in bags, you don't know what's in there. You've got to open them and see what's in there.
And I think those shelves are calling out for some baskets, even double-tiered baskets as well, really. Because then at least you can, like Jill said, you can condense the folding things. So I'm going to send you home with a gift card to get you started with that. Colleen, you're going to have a gift card as well. Thank you very much for being here. Jill, thank you. I appreciate it. Good to meet you. Good luck to you.
Good luck.
When we come back, who are you? A quiz to find the perfect pair for your personality. We'll be right back, everybody.